Stop. Before you scroll past, I need to tell you something nobody in your life will admit. Your brain is being reprogrammed right now. Not by school. Not by your job. By habits so small and so invisible you don't even notice them doing damage. And psychology has proven this. These habits don't just make you look less intelligent. They physically rewire your brain to become less intelligent over time. I'm going to show you 7 of them. And I guarantee, at least one of them you did before you open this video. Stay until habit 7 because it's the one nobody admits out loud. It's also the most dangerous. I'll save it for last. Habit 1. Chronic sleep neglect. You brag about 4 hours of sleep like it's a superpower. But neuroscience is brutal about this. After just one night of bad sleep, your brain performs like you're legally drunk. Memory gone. Decision-making gone. Pattern recognition gone. And the damage is cumulative. One good night doesn't fix it. Intelligent people guard sleep like their most valuable asset. Because it literally is. That was the physical one. But the next habit destroys something even deeper: your ability to think for yourself. Habit 2, magical thinking. Lucky socks. Lucky colors. Avoiding certain numbers. It seems harmless. Even funny. But every time your brain confuses coincidence with cause, it weakens its most critical muscle. Logic. Intelligence stops and asks, where is the actual evidence? Magical thinking skips that question entirely and builds life decisions on superstition. The real danger? You stop solving real problems because you're too busy managing rituals. Habit 3 is the one that feels productive but is secretly draining your mental capacity every single day. Habit 3. Escaping solitude. The moment silence hits phone out, there's always noise, always a video, always something to fill the gap. Psychology calls this cognitive avoidance. And what you're actually running from isn't boredom. It's your own thoughts. Every great thinker in history, Einstein, Darwin, Feynman, protected their alone time aggressively. If you can't sit in silence for 10 minutes without reaching for a screen, that's not personality. That's addiction to escape. We're halfway through. Habit 5 is the one that's destroying an entire generation and nobody's calling it out. 3 down. For left. And the last one, the one I promised, is something almost everyone does and almost nobody admits. Don't leave yet. Habit 4. Instant gratification addiction. Scroll. Snack. Swipe. Repeat. The marshmallow experiment proved it decades ago. The ability to delay gratification is one of the strongest predictors of life outcomes. More than IQ, more than grades. But here's what no one tells you about 2024. Social media has trained your brain to expect a reward every 8 seconds. When your brain expects that pace, hard work feels like punishment. Patience feels impossible. Long-term thinking becomes genuinely painful. You're not lazy. You've been reprogrammed. Habit 5 is the one that's destroying an entire generation quietly, and we celebrate it as staying informed. Habit 5. Doom scrolling and passive consumption. This isn't about rest. Everyone needs rest. This is about what happens when passive consumption becomes your brain's default state. Studies show hours of mindless scrolling actually reduce gray matter in areas controlling decision-making and impulse control. Your brain doesn't rest during scrolling. It runs on empty, producing nothing, retaining nothing, building nothing. Smart people consume with intention. Passive consumption is a slow, invisible leak in your intelligence, and most people have it running 24/7. One habit left before the final one. This next one will make you uncomfortable because it describes almost everyone. Habit 6. Confidence without content. The loudest person in the room is almost never the smartest. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect proven by psychology. The less you know, the more confident you feel. The more you know, the more you realize you don't. Fake intelligence hides behind volume. True intelligence says, I might be wrong, tell me more. The one I promised you from the start is next. Nobody admits it. Almost everyone has it. Not the person who makes mistakes, the person who always finds a reason it wasn't their fault. The colleague was unfair. The timing was bad. The system is rigged. Never, I was wrong. I'll do better. Psychology calls this self-serving attribution bias the single most intelligence-destroying habit on this list. If you're never wrong, you never learn. If you never learn, your brain stops growing. And a brain that stops growing starts shrinking. Say these words out loud today. I was wrong. Here's what I'm changing. That one sentence will do more for your intelligence than anything else on this list. 7 habits. all invisible, all rewiring your brain right now. The question isn't, am I intelligent? The real question is, which of these am I still doing? Most people who watch this will scroll to the next video and do exactly the same things tomorrow. But you're not most people. Pick one habit, just one, and change it today. If this hit different, subscribe. Every week I break down the brutal psychology truths nobody tells you but everyone needs. Not the feel-good version, the real version.